Back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where we last left off. I spent most of the episode not actually saying anything because I didn't set my microphone, but now that it is, I can talk. Hello. There, when we last left off, we went to Valrayo, the Fantasy France, and then got yelled at by some Templars. Chandri didn't like us, and now we're back here with two new party members, Sarah and Vivienne. Sarah's the quirky character, Vivienne's the stuck-up character. Does Varric have anything to say?
Need something?
No.
Carry on.
Yeah, we're going to talk to the new people we got, and then go from there. Boop, 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 boop.
Yes.
There she is. Hello, Sarah. What kind of weird things do you have to say for me?
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted.
I guess.
Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and Mages need to be sat down.
Conclave tried and failed.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud? Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid. And smells of horse. Really? What everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all-touched Lady Herald?
Sounds good to me.
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
Sure. Drop and grab. What else do you have to say?
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Okay. Ooh. That option there, I need a lock picked, is only there if you're not yourself a rogue. So then you can unlock the bits, those locked gates underneath the Chantry Church thing.
I was wondering if you could look at some locks for me.
What, the doors under the chantry?
You know about them?
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches. Whatever floats you. Consider them open, yeah?
Thank you.
Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armoured, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
Tell me about your friends.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge? Or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Huh.
So who decides who deserves it? You? By what authority?
Look, Dukey cuts the stable boy's finger off for snagging a biscuit. He's eating an arrow for tea. Deserves it. Most times, it's just fun. And embarrassed, the same as dead for some. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Well, I don't know.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, red is scary because blood.
Red's not
And
scary.
Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
I suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Alright then.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know, wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it, right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be
Wipers?
there when you need them, in a
You
million
mean butt
little ways.
wipers?
Seems like there's no way the people who contribute could even know what they're helping with.
Don't need to. Maybe some ask for a target, a note like. But maybe they plant something just to help mess with things. I did something and something happened. That's a wish for some people. Probably not heralds. Anyway, sometimes I don't even do anything and people think I did because something happened anyway. That's good too. Free payday. And free blame ride. But whatever.
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
Well,
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
yeah.
Something on?
Let's investigate. Thoughts Inquisition?
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Calling an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? Does this lot even know what they're chasing? Fair question for me as well, I suppose. Everybody following a rumor. At least I'm used to that.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which, the ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
Solus?
What about Solus?
Solus. His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Vivian?
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows.
Pretty
She
much.
better.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Right.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now, Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Sure.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here. Her gracious lady bit.
I don't know how you know about me and Cullen though. You just got here and I just floated once and that was it.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Usually it takes considerable discipline, hence my question.
Hence. Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Is it an elf thing?
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
You'd be surprised.
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden?
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from north wherever.
What?
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Oh, hardy ha. Oh, funny you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
You're not like most of the elves I've met.
Thanks, right? Or was that an insult? Suppose I could go barefoot and whine more. Like that's soulless, right? Never be as good as we were. Well, who's we? I'm just fine.
I think there's more to it than that. A few thousand years more.
Hey, someone wants to be angry about old debts, be angry. Be a terror that never lets an enemy forget. But if you're digging it up so you can wear it, that's just weird. I mean, the Dalish don't really know. They have stories, but that's all they are. It's all fancy dress, not history.
Alright.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
I do. Oh yeah, just so I let you guys know, I've got the new update that's come out, patch 7, patch 8, whatever, which fixes a lot of bugs. Still doesn't fix the cutscenes, but it fixes a lot of bugs. It doesn't say, it says stuff like stability, and I'm like, what does that mean? I've also got 2 new things that came out today, which are, either came out today or yesterday, which are finally the Black Emporium and that multiplayer expansion. But I haven't even played the multiplayer yet, so I don't know if that works.
Can I get you anything?
No.
Farewell.
Bye. Alright, let's go see if anyone else has anything to say. Solus? Anything?
Greetings.
Goodbye. I think I got stuck. Can we upgrade anything? We can upgrade this. I shall take that. Can I upgrade this? No, I need blood lotus. A lot more. Oh well. Does Liliana have anything for me? Hey Liliana.
Have you seen Enchanter Vivienne? That's the picture of what a circle mage should be.
She looks like a noble. It's arrogant.
It is not arrogant to be unafraid.
Sure. Where are you going? Liliana, talk to me.
Did you need something?
Any updates?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Alright then, bye-bye. We don't have any of these.
Sigrid said the blankets weren't worth selling. He's
What is it you need? Lot lows.
How kind of him.
that, and he said people who forget there don't spend much more.
We got a thing outside the church, so I'm going to save. Right, here we go.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we made contact, I guess.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the Order somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
Yeah.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
There's always danger.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave...
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
Let's consider some other things, like, I don't know.
There is
mages.
one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared.
Your badge is
Ordinarily,
very
I
shiny.
wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
It does sound strange.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
I can do that. Ooh, leveled up. Nice. Give me those levels. Nope, wrong tree. Here we go. Do it. Wildfire. Let's upgrade this. And I'm going to save because stuff's happening. Called the Vandraste operation. Hello?
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
What's the matter?
What's the message?
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Tell me about your company.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references. You lead a company yourself, right? So you know talk is cheap. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Okay.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull? He's a Canary like you. He's big, he's got the horns and all of it. He leads from the front, he pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
We welcome the help, I guess.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Alright. Now that that's out of the way, I'm just gonna have a quick look to see if there's any other quests. Nope. Okay, we're gonna talk to Vivienne then. Vivienne, my
You've
darling.
never been to a circle, as far as I can tell, yet you're remarkably skilled. Were you self-taught?
I had help.
Another Talvashah Cerebos trained me.
I had heard that magic practiced by the Kunari in Talvashoth was formidable, but I never had the chance to observe it myself. In my own experience, nothing is more deadly to a young mage than a lack of knowledge, which makes the current state of things precarious.
Okay.
What do you imagine will happen if the circles are not restored? Do you foresee the Dalish taking us all under their wing?
Whoa, what? What's this hostility coming from? Chaos harms everyone.
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly,
very shiny.
countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
Are you really hot? And you'll help decide.
That's why you wanted to be here. To have a hand in deciding that fate.
Wouldn't you? For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
Oh, man.
Nobody should claim to know the will of the Maker. Not me and not the Chantry.
If he
Perhaps
exists.
nobody should. But if no one leads the way, many will be left behind in darkness. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you.
Sure thing. But I want to keep talking to you still.
Yes?
I want to help the circle.
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers.
Damn it.
1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
Sure.
I'll look into it for you.
Knowledge is power,
if
as
you can
they
take
say.
care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt.
We might even found something about the freaking hole in
Yes?
the sky in Fade and see if we can make any changes. So then it's not just me fixing things. What's this? Any chance we might... Yeah?
Do you think that you and I might someday...
You and I? Don't be absurd, my dear.
Just asking.
Yes?
So then I know where I stand.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
What was the circle like?
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
Okay.
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility.
I think that's
All
what
that
the
was
problem with
required
you
was
is,
permission
though.
from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive, perhaps too permissive in retrospect.
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And there is comfort to be had, you know, in the company of fellow mages. Those born without magic will never truly understand us.
So about the Templars.
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in the
Bloody
Circle.
hell.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like
Sorry
having
about that.
opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who are impossible to endure and some who are utterly charming.
Am I one of
I have
those?
suffered
Well, I'm not a
insults at
Templar.
the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royaux. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
How did the rebellion start?
How did we come to this state with the Circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Interesting.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
I met her once.
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels. Yes?
Not finished yet.
I wanted to ask...
Of course. What do you wish to...
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved.
Idea, my dear.
Many of the first
For fear.
enchanters voted for rebellion, caring
It's
little that
clear.
anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you lead all the Loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter, and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
Okay. And then the last
Yes?
avenue of questions.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
How tall are you?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Okay. You married a duke?
You're married to the Duc de Ghislaine?
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh.
Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
That means that you sleep with him, have a relationship with him, but you don't get married because he's already married. And the wife is fine with that.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks.
Sounds like fun.
In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Alright. Well, that's you done. But yeah, a
There was
courtier
no word for
is...
heaven,
Shut up!
earth, or sea,
A courtier is a person that is with a noble or someone of a high position that sleeps with them, has a relationship with them, but doesn't really get married because the person's either already married or is betrothed to someone else or doesn't want to get married. It happened a lot in medieval times. I don't think it's done much now. It might be done still. You can pause and read this if you want. As always, blah 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 blah. 9:30, worshipping a high dragon. Bride of the Mecca, raised in slavery. Blah blah blah. Raised in slavery, and yet people still do slavery, even when they believe in this. Like, oh, Andraste was in slavery, but our slavery is better because they're not human. Right, we got some loot. Health. Oh, come on, you could have given me something better. This is about the Black City, just like every other thing. It was once golden and then went black because people did stuff to it, although people say that it was probably already black. Right. Anything in here? We got some loot for some reason in a jail cell. here. Blah, 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 blah. Haven is a beautiful thing. Alright. That might have been left by Brother Genitivi when he was here. You know, with his broken legs or whatever. I wonder if I can hit that big one. Nah, too high. Bang. I'm not going to get bored of that. Alright, we're going to stop here, and in the next episode we shall speak to Josephine, and then we'll head to the war room and see what else we can do with the guys, and then head back to the hinterlands and do some other stuff. So until then, this has been Majorshepard, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.